forget to record. I know one of these
you
one
did
of
it.
these days.
You're gonna
No,
not
I know I
remember.
did it now because I'm talking about it,
Oh,
but there will be an episode where I just forget to hit record.
and
I also had to double check to make sure um I was recording just my audio, and I wish I had left that in the recording and not deleted it because
oh.
my 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 take was me going on and going, I'm ready to record. Here we go.
Oh man.
It's like, wow, right out of the gate. And that's not even
It's
a
the best
Jean-Claude.
accent. It's the I can't even
Okay,
I'm
wait. We
yeah,
have to
just stop.
record.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
we're
stop.
recording the video
Yeah,
for all the
sure,
video
sure.
watchers. But
Sure.
why don't you count us down as you always do?
All right, here it goes. It's a five, four, three, two, one.
All right.
One. There you go. There you go.
I gotta tell you, I'm already sweating. I don't think it's not hot here.
No, but
I'm sweating. Like I am
well,
uh,
there. First of all, there's a lot of sweating that everybody is sweaty. It's
everybody's
very
sweating.
sweaty in Thailand. That's where they are.
That's where they are. Yeah.
Okay.
And if
Or
you're not
Thailand.
sweating, you want to rub yourself down with some ice before the fight for some reason.
Just get me my ice. I have to say, as a bigger brother, he's a dick to his
Yeah.
brother for
Yeah.
most of the movie. His
I
older brother, and are they brothers? Their parents.
oh,
I love how we had to go over that, like how they had that whole
they went
conversation.
over it and I had no answers at the end of the conversation. I was like, you spent so much time talking about your parents and I'm still
I'm like,
confused.
I don't. I think that they met in it's like a mix up kind of thing, like switched at birth kind of situation. Like
Yes.
our parents told us that we were brothers, but we didn't grow up together. One of us grew up in Europe, the other one in
Yeah.
California, right?
It
Are we
took
really
forever
brothers?
in this
I think
movie for him to
somebody
say
set
to
these two
someone,
up.
I grew up in Belgium. I was like, well, thank God an hour into this hour and a half long movie, you finally said it because I've been wondering the whole time.
Where were you from? Oh man. Oh man. All right, let's get the intro in because there's so much. I have been excited to talk about this movie. I was giggling
Holy
my way to work
shit.
today. I was so excited.
I
I
mean,
was thinking about this movie and just smiling.
we text each other about the movies occasionally. We never like to spoil our thoughts or our feelings,
Sure.
but I don't know that you've ever sent me upwards of 6 screenshots
Take it
from
easy. There was
something you were
four.
watching. Were there
It
four?
was four.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just kept going through them. I was just
Yeah. I
rifling through.
yeah, like playing them like a little yeah, because I
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, almost like a flip book. I was like, oh, I can
Exactly.
see him play the tiny. I loved it when he played it like a tiny guitar, real quick, just like. And I don't know what song he was dancing to. It wasn't the one we were listening to.
It was literally the best. It was the most adorable, I mean, we've seen some good stuff, some good shit on this show.
Yeah,
But oh,
I think
the
what made it
joy
great was
watching him
just so.
fake drunk, fake. I mean, maybe
Yep.
this is real Von Damme drinking. I don't know, but what a
I,
pleasure,
wait a
what a
minute.
joy.
Hold on a second. Would you have liked the actors to get ripped on set for like?
I mean, I don't know what kind of work the man did. Actors using that term loosely. P.S.
I mean,
The screw.
what I'm gonna say is, and I don't, I don't need to. I don't want to make any assumptions here, but look at that guy's body. He's not drinking. That guy is not
Oh yeah.
knocking back the alcoholic beverages.
Well, when he goes
Even
to when he's hanging out with what's the other ones? Lenny, what's the
Lenny.
no,
Oh,
who's the
God. I wrote his name down.
you
Taylor?
did. Taylor, thank you.
Yes.
Looks more like a Lenny in these eyes. Anyway, Taylor and he when they go to the titty bar together, he's drinking sparkling water.
It's drink a ton of them. He's going drink for drink, sparkling water with beer for this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't need to do that. It's fine. You don't need to have to keep using the bathroom. It's like, but he wants to stay hydrated. I assume it's very hot in Thailand. I don't
It
know.
looks like it is. They're all sweating, as we
Yeah.
mentioned. There's a lot of moist bodies.
Oh my
Oh
I don't
man.
know. I
Oh
mean,
man. All right.
yeah. Wow, this is crazy. You're just so excited. You're so excited about this, and I'm excited for you, I
Uh, uh,
think.
I think you're going to be excited as we go
I
through
think
it.
I'm pretty
I
excited
think your
too. I think
excitement
I'm,
is in there too. Yeah.
yeah.
Come
Oh
on.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Yes.
Do I introduce? I just
I think you
I think I
do.
do. Yeah,
And
I think I
listen,
do.
even if you're not supposed to, I think you should.
I want. I'm busting here. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Good Times, Great Movies. We come here together every 2 weeks and we talk about a movie from the 1980s. I am one of your co-hosts. I am Jamie Lorello. On the other side of things, there, just doing the splits, right?
I wish. I wish.
I
I
think
mean,
that's like,
to do
yeah,
those, I would have to have an old man invent some sort of pulley system to train
it
my
was
body.
like old school. Like I don't know. I've never done Pilates, but don't they
Okay.
put them on machines and
Um,
stretch them like that?
I do not think that's what Pilates. If that is, Pilates should be illegal. If that's what's happening at Pilates studio,
I
what like
wrote in
your
my notes that he was doing Pilates.
so your trainer just like pulls ropes and makes
I
people's
they
legs
put
fly out.
well, it's not that extreme. That's that one
Okay.
trainer's the wannabe Miyagi. Um,
I mean, this guy. Hmm. To watch this guy and Mr. Miyagi face off, I'd pay to see that.
you'd pay it.
I would
Yeah.
love to watch that
Both
fight.
full of sass, I'll give you that, right? Which
Both
you
full
have
of
to be.
sass,
When you're in,
reluctant trainers,
yep.
and sending boys. I mean, I don't the amount the the way that and you talked about it earlier, the way that Van Damme's brother treats him, it's like he's
Oh yeah.
talking to a child. And I was like,
Hmm.
this guy is pushing 30 if he's not already 30. Don't treat him like that.
Well, he kind of acts like a silly goose, though.
Well, he appears to be a stranger in a strange land, even when he's in America.
Yeah.
So I get it. He's very, there's an innocence about him, but
I
not
think it's
so.
a Belgian thing, maybe.
You think so?
I
I
think
thought it was
maybe.
just a Jean-Claude thing.
I mean, it's very, very,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot
I
of that happening too.
I was gonna say he's very innocent, but not too innocent where when he is making out with
He's eating her
Miley,
face. He's
when
not making out with her.
when they are
There's
making out, I was like, I want to watch a sex scene between these two. Like I was so upset that it
that it
ended.
just ended. I knew it
Yes.
was going to. I knew it was like we just need to. But man, he is making out hardcore with her face. Like
Yeah,
he
he
goes
knows what he's
all or
doing.
nothing in these movies.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
I want the big fight scene, just a cloth to cover. Not even my ass cheeks. They'll be fun to show off quite a bit. And
Those guys at the end,
the viewers
their
enjoyed it.
their little outfits where their junk is just like it's packed in there.
And they're doing these high kicks and
Yeah.
jumping on each other, and
Uh-huh.
it's a
Yeah.
whole scene, man.
I'm surprised that you thought or that you knew that they were not going to, I don't want to say not going to have sex, not going to show them have sex because as you mentioned earlier, we're at that bar. I mean, I don't know if it's a
But different,
but
different. It's like a
different,
two.
but also
Yes,
it's all pasties, I guess. Like
but
we
no.
don't see nudity, quote unquote, in this movie.
But if we see the sex scene, it takes away that lovely innocence that we have of Jean-Claude, and we need to hold on to that. We need to just.
I will try not
I
to go
mean,
back to Bloodsport in this
oh,
discussion,
all right,
but in
try
that
not.
movie there was a sex scene
Well,
and
but
there was a
this
little bit
one,
of nudity.
well, this one's not giving it to you,
Okay, all
and
right.
I'm
I mean,
I'm
it didn't ruin the experience
Oh
for me.
no, no.
We'll
You
say
would have.
that.
I hear you though. I hear you. You're looking for. You want all. You're seeing all this Von Damme meat. You want to see it in motion. In that
That's
kind of
right.
way. I get it.
There was a lot of motion, but mainly it was men punching each other.
Yeah, I'm kicking too. First, I was like, "Oh, we're boxing." Oh no, with the kicks to the side, that's more than just boxing.
That's what
It's
kickboxing is. Kickboxing
kickboxing.
is mainly
Titular.
kicking, is what
It's
I found.
titular, actually.
It really is.
And it's a 1989 film,
It's
right?
89. Yes, it's
Hmm.
89 Kickboxer. Directed by David Worth, who has not done anything that we would have any interest in or
Okay.
knowledge of. No offense, David
P.S.
Worth.
I have interest in Von Damme movies. I just this
Jesus Christ, Jamie, I think I know that. I think I am aware of this, and I feel
this podcast uncovered it in me though. I did not know that
I
before
know,
this.
but his
And
he
each time we cover one, I'm like, these are so good.
Okay, listen, here's okay. I will give a separate recommendation at the end of this podcast,
Oh
but
my God. I don't even think I
I'm,
thought of a recommendation because
it,
I was just enjoying this. Okay, go
I'm,
ahead.
I'm going to have a specific recommendation to you. Jamie, the streaming service that is packed with ads called Tubi, I
Tubi.
believe has every single Jean-Claude Van Damme movie he's ever made. Just get on there one day, type his name in. I could, and I think I told you this a few episodes back, that I've been on a kick with his
Mm.
movies. I've just been watching them, and I've watched some really, really bad stuff.
Yeah.
But I will give you a ranking of the movies I've
I
seen.
want it. I want it.
There is a deceptively good movie because when I tell you it's a movie with he and Rob Schneider, that
Oh,
doesn't sound good.
no, it
It's so great. It
not.
is awesome. I will send you
Is
the
this the late 90s? When was this?
it's in the 90s. He
Yeah.
really hit his peak in the 90s. That's the bad thing about this is beyond this, Jamie, and I don't want to depress you. We only have two more.
Ah,
There's only two more chances.
I mean, the only thing, I mean, though, okay, I can't say because we're
I
about to
mean,
come
it's
up on
taken
our,
us 10 years to get through two of them. So really,
got it. No, but so we've got our 10-year coming up, and that's going to be a great little walk down memory lane. So there may have been other moments that I'm sure I'll reflect upon
sure.
in our next
Yeah.
episode, that struck me as joyful as this. One I comes to mind
Hmm.
is a very special Slice Giving when we saw Sly and Dolly like together. That brought me such a
Titular.
joy, so titular to my life, to this
Yeah.
podcast,
Hmm.
to this that dance scene in this movie. I will giggle about it for a lifetime. I'm
If you're ever
I'm a
feeling
better person
down,
for seeing it. And I don't want to. I know the recommendation comes at the end, but it will probably be my recommendation is that maybe you'd even just watch that scene. I'm sure it's available on the YouTube.
I I have, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, it is. It's available on YouTube and constantly on social media. You'll find it if you're just scrolling Instagram, you will stumble upon that. And once you watch it once, you'll be fed it constantly. It's wonderful. I see it all the
Oh,
time.
it's wonderful.
And I will say, Jamie, so we'll get into it, but I've never seen this movie before we watched it for
No,
this.
this
No.
was your virgin experience.
Yes.
Love
And
it.
I have seen this dance scene so many times.
You know it. I did
I
not.
knew this dance scene was in this.
Oh, but then when you saw it in the context that you saw it in,
It it exceeded all of my
oh,
expectations because again, like I've seen the dance sequence in its entirety, including the fight that follows it,
oh,
but everything leading up to it, like
man,
it was so much better in context than it is just watching the dance
I
sequence.
agree.
And
I
I'm not going
agree.
to tell people to run out right now and watch Kickboxer.
I
First of all,
am.
I know you. Like, first of all, watch that scene. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But I think to get the full impact, you kind of have to watch
Yeah. You got
Kickboxer.
to really take, yeah. If you watch the scene and you're like, I want more of that, just play
Yeah.
the whole movie. Just don't.
Play the whole movie, then watch Bloodsport. I don't know. He's an extra in Breakin'. We saw him in the background
Oh,
in
he
Breakin'
was in the
dancing around.
background.
And
That's
here,
right.
I will tell you something really fun. Um, the bad guy in this who looks like a Mortal Kombat character. This
Wait,
guy is
what did we meant to think? And I put on the one when the first fight when comes out and he's got his moves. He's got like a tennis racket on his head.
yes.
Like, what is
I wrote
happening?
that in my notes. I was like, I think I may be insulting an actual, like,
What
if it is,
ceremonial
yes,
piece?
if it is
Yeah, yeah.
anything to that culture, I apologize. But he's just wearing a tennis racket on his head, dancing around. It's awesome. But that guy, his name is Michel Qissi. He
Okay.
was also an extra in Breakin'.
Oh, I bet they were buds. And here they are working together
Yeah,
as enemies.
they met
They
then.
probably,
They became friends. He actually has a little role in Bloodsport, and he is in another 1989 movie, which we'll get to, called Cyborg. He's in that with Jean-Claude Van Damme as well. These two are
these are
friends.
buds. I
Yeah.
wonder if they sat around drinking like, sparkling waters and they were like, you know what, we should do a movie together where we just wear like, I don't know, maybe 6 inches of cloth to
Yeah.
cover our groins, and we'll kickbox. We'll call it kickbox
Yeah, one
or
of them was
kickboxer.
like diapers, and he's like, no, 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 that
No, no,
has
no,
too
no,
much
no,
coverage.
no.
We need less coverage. When
Look
I
at these.
do when
Look
I
at
do
these
a
buns.
you know, when
We
I
need
do
to
a
show
kick
them
in the
off.
air, I need the flaps to come up to
It's gonna
show
feel
my
better.
hindquarters to the
My hind
audience.
quarters. My hind quarters.
I believe that's the technical term for
Listen, I'm not
Jean-Claude
mad
Van
about
Damme,
it.
but
I'm
oh
I'm not mad about it.
no.
His tush being so overexposed.
Hey,
Um.
even underexposed. When
Oh, when
when
he's
he's wearing
in those
pants,
baggy
I
pants, they're
can't take
so
my eyes
baggy.
off it because it's not baggy there. It's very baggy in the legs. But when he turns around and walks away, I'm like, that's a tight tush walking away right now.
Look at that rump. Oh, yes. All right. Well, listeners, if you can get past our raunchy comments about,
Our raunchy comments. Our podcast is usually rated PG.
but not when it's a
No,
Van Damme
when
movie.
it's JCVD,
Yikes.
right?
We get all kinds of hot about that. All right. Well, so let's just start out with what we got going on in this movie, which I have some pictures that I drew in this movie for this.
Oh, good. If it's
Yeah.
just asses, you can just send me those pictures. That's fine.
Oh my God. Wait,
This
here.
movie actually opens with kickboxing. Like this movie lets you know what it's about
Oh,
immediately because it's just guys in a ring kicking each other and punching.
wait a minute. Where are my notes?
Are you
For
okay?
goodness
Oh my God, did
sakes.
you not take notes?
No, I totally
It
took
all
notes. I'm
lives in
just,
your head.
I mean, it does. It's such a beautiful thing. Um, okay, hold on. I'm so giddy. I can't even. Russell makes a recording. Who's
Who's
Russell?
Russell? Kurt Russell from our last
Here
movie.
we go. Here we go. I'm there.
You're like, move over, Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Jean-Claude's
thought you
in
were the
town.
stud of the month, but I think we got a new one rolling in.
Yeah, I liked your
Heyo.
giant beard and bulky coat, but could you wear a lot less?
You need to train in Taiwan. All
Wow,
right. So
certainly.
you're right. We start out we're again, I thought it was just straight up boxing, but it is kickboxing that we're
Right.
into. So
Yes.
hence the name. I
I
mean,
mean, the
if
name
I
of the
knew the
movie
name of
named.
the movie, it would have helped
Did
me.
you think maybe it starts as boxing and then
Yes,
somehow
I
someone
thought it
invents
evolved. Yes.
kicking?
Yes. I didn't know we were getting into. But I write spins and kicks. So I wasn't sure at first because so there's a fighter. This
Hmm.
turns out to be Von Damme's brother.
Oh,
What is his brother's name? Do we
I I don't know. You know what? Hey, how about we just
Eric,
call him
Eric the
AC
Eliminator.
Slater? Oh, all
Oh,
right.
he is
Okay.
very AC Slater-esque.
He's
He is.
got an AC Slater look about him. This guy's tight curl. There's a mullet kind of poking through. It's on
Sure,
its
sure.
way. It's not
Well,
there yet.
well, there's enough ego to get it to poke through, though.
He's got like a John Waters-esque pencil thin mustache. It's a bizarre look
And it's
for the guy who, listen, if we didn't know it was a JCVD movie, we might accidentally think that this is the lead, and that should not happen.
no, no, because here's the thing. So Jean-Claude, I forget his
Hmm.
character's name, but he is the he's the brother and what looks like the
Yes.
what do they call them? Like the assistant? It's not his
He's like a
coach. Is he?
corner man.
Corner man. That's their name? Corner man?
I don't know. He's
In the
in his
boxing
corner. Well,
terms?
he
Okay.
appears to be the only one in his corner, so he
Right.
might be his manager or trainer or something, but
They
his
definitely train kind of together. Like they stop at parks and just set up their equipment and
yeah,
start box.
kind of, but also his brother seems to not want him to be a part of this world of kickboxing, which I'm like, well, then why is he there?
I think it
Why are
pulls
you
them together.
bringing him? Okay, so
I think
it's the
it's the
bond.
bonding, right? So
Yes.
the brother, but now the brother who's the world champion, Eric the Eliminator, really, I mean, he's built. I can't say that he's not, but compared to Von Dom's body,
Oh,
and it does
uh,
get more. They put, I guess, they define it more as the movie goes on, right? As he's
well, it's
training.
not even they defined it more. They keep him covered up until a certain point in the movie. And
True,
then they're
true.
like, here
Yeah,
we
you're
go,
right.
ladies and
You're
gentlemen.
right. We have the big reveal.
I
Uh,
don't, but I don't think we're meant to think he's like a doughy guy or he's out of shape. I mean, he looks to be in shape, but like you said, his brother kind of wants to keep him out of this whole life, but it might be the thing that keeps them together.
Sure.
Did you notice, Jamie, and we've stumbled upon this in a lot of boxing movies. We haven't done a whole lot, but one that comes to mind is Teen Wolf 2.
Oh,
The
yes.
the magic of movie making where you keep the background in darkness so you don't know that you're filming this in like a high school gymnasium.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's nobody in the audience, but they pump in all this crowd music and everything's dark and you don't see anybody at this fight. And
Mm-hmm.
it's this is the funniest opening to this because it's just this guy must be the greatest kickboxer in America.
I think that's what we're meant to believe. He's got the belt,
Uh-huh.
right? Mm-hmm.
We hear an announcer, and the announcer's he says, the champion's really awesome. That's it. That's all he says. And then a guy interviews him after and goes, now that you've beaten everyone, what now?
And that's when they do set things up, like even the brothers conversation, like, hey, you lived with mom and I lived with dad, we didn't live together growing up, like
It's,
they set things up so black and white in this,
yeah.
and they just want you to know this guy is the greatest thing America has seen in the
Hmm.
boxing kickboxing world, and that's all. That's
But he,
and
but
he's shitty to his brother. Like
yes.
he does. It's not like he's kindly trying to keep him out of the limelight. He's got a lot of ego, and he's always like, "Come on, I'm amazing.
Right.
Just tell me I'm amazing." you know. But now they've got the opportunity to travel, to go international, right?
Yeah, because
Because
you said he's the
awesomeness.
kickboxing champion of the world. That's the problem, Jamie. He's not.
No, he needs to be.
He
That's the
hasn't
next
gone
goal.
to, as the interviewer says, I heard that kickboxing was invented in Taiwan. Do you think you might go there and fight somebody? Great. We're into our movie. We don't need any setup other than that to know what is happening in this movie. And I love the simplicity of the opening and the fact that, not to jump too far ahead, but I will jump
Mm-mm.
to the very end.
Jumpity jump.
Freeze frame on them being happy, and we're out. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
that's
just
all.
roll credits.
With the dog. The probably
Oh,
the best
oh,
actor in here.
the dog being okay at the end made me feel very happy.
Oh yeah, the dog be surviving. Yes, was a joy. Also
Yeah.
the dog's performance. Like
Great
um
dog performance.
yeah, Jean-Claude looked at the dog at one point and was like, "I don't think you believe in me." But at
That
the
is an
end,
awesome conversation.
yeah,
Hey, dog, how do you think I'm going to do it? The dog barks and he appears to be disappointed with
he
the
goes
dog's
and he says,
response.
"Don't worry, I'll get you to believe in me one day."
Yeah,
Like,
he
and
turns
then
to
he
his
shows
brother.
up at the
Yeah,
fight as if to show support.
he
And they
turns to
have
his
close-ups
brother.
of the dog during the fight. What? It's great. So great.
Oh, it's so. I did not care about his brother, and I was like, I hope that dog's okay. And he becomes a very important piece at the end of this movie.
It
Oh,
really
I loved it. I loved him just having a conversation with the dog, and I'm like, there have to be deleted scenes of him interacting with his dog before
does.
this.
Oh man.
All right, so
All right.
they're
But
instantly into
we
Taiwan.
get a treated to a montage of them traveling
Yeah,
around Taiwan, just
yeah,
on the little boats and in little markets,
hmm
and Jean-Claude, they almost look like a gay couple traveling together. Like at one point,
one
Jean-Claude's on the right,
hundred
and Jean-Claude's wearing like this tight denim vest, which is like, it looks really, it looks good. I'm not gonna
It's
lie, but
it is my gay adventure in Taiwan. It's really funny because you're right. He's wearing denim on denim. He's got a denim vest and denim jeans, no shirt on underneath, but the vest is very
it's a
tight.
great look for him. It's a great
And
look
he's
for
walking around with his brothers wearing like cut off shorts and a sleeveless t-shirt. And they are practicing. You said, it appears to be like a baseball diamond in a public park.
him. Yeah, they just pop a squat and start to. And
And you
again,
just,
even during their practice, though, the brother is so mean to him. He's like,
yeah.
"Come on!" Like it's not very. They do have a. This is where they have their sweet conversation, right, at the park about being
Hmm.
brothers from the same parents but didn't grow up together. And I'm like,
Yeah.
because you're not. somebody sold one of y'all alive.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
was like,
cool because
could somebody please tell me that one of your parents was different? Like that would answer every question I have. But no, they're like, and mom was this way and dad was this way. And
yeah.
I'm like, why do you have that accent? I was so confused.
And what's with your tight curls? Yeah.
And
Versus
everyone in Taiwan continues to call him an American through this movie. And I was like, why? How are you getting that? How this guy talking with that accent? Why are you like, I know you Americans. No, that's not what he is.
he's adorable is what he is. So his brother again, he's just played off as this ego driven jerk off kind of, right?
Yes,
And
yes. He's always
he
calling him a kid too.
right.
Not
Yeah,
cool.
he does. I always
Hmm.
call him a kid. Well, down to the fact that then he goes and what about when he flirts with the lady and he goes, "Watch this," and he goes over to the girl. I don't even know what he says, but then it's the weirdest like exit of a scene because Jean-Claude just looks at him and like gives him like a thumbs up, like
He's standing
yeah,
5 feet away.
yeah,
He gives him a thumbs up and it cuts to him getting out of a car at a hotel and he's like, see you later, bro.
yeah,
And
and
I'm
he
like,
goes,
I think
yeah.
you're paying for sex with that woman.
I
That
think
woman's a sex
well,
worker, right?
Jean-Claude says, hey, just watch your wallet, brother. He's like, she's not gonna take my wallet. She wants to sleep with a champion. I wanted the next scene to be like, he's like, man, she took all my
Yep,
money.
exactly. I would have loved to have seen that because this woman's like, champion, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, also when they're in the park, I love it because there are just a bunch of people standing around watching a movie being
Oh
made.
yeah,
These people
yeah.
are having the time of their lives just watching a movie being made. And I think we're meant to think that they just like to watch these guys work out together.
I guess.
Okay.
Well, until again, Von Dom's like childlike a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah.
The sound of the bird, there's a man there holding a bird in a cage, and the sound of the bird totally distracts him from his whole conversation and workout with his brother. And I think that's what bothers the brother, right? He's like, come on, forget it. Focus. Let's
He's not
go.
focused. He's on a vacation. And I understand.
Yeah.
You're in a foreign land. You're not there to fight. What are you there to do? Drag your
Right.
brother's bags around? You should enjoy yourself. Go look at that bird.
Go look at that bird that's tweeting over there. Kurt. Kurt is Von Don's name.
Oh, there is no, you could have quizzed me. You could have given me multiple choice. I would have had no idea.
It doesn't look like a Kurt. So
No.
Kurt and Eric are their names.
D- d-
Zoop, zoop.
Never, never have more phony names been attached to two actors in a movie.
Oh, all right. So this is when it's before the fight, right? And the
Yeah.
brother is prepping with just by putting ice on his body. Again, he's like pissed and is like, "Get me more ice."
I don't
All
know
right.
what that's all
I don't
about.
know what that's all about
Why,
either. I don't know.
why is he doing that? Also, they just walk into this arena
Yeah.
and there's a fight going on. Van Damme
Hmm.
seems really interested in the fight, and his
Oh,
brother's like,
right,
"Come
right.
on, we gotta behind this giant Pepsi sign that we'll see 28,000 times in this movie. We gotta go to the locker rooms back in here." So he ices down, which can't be a thing. This is not a real thing,
I
right?
mean, I'm not a
Like,
kickboxing expert or a corner man or anything like
no.
that, so I wouldn't know. But Von Damme, in the meantime, goes off and is kind of snooping around, and he catches the one guy. Our what is his? He's got a wild name that they call him. I'm gonna try to.
Low?
Oh, that's well wild.
Wait,
So
what? Wait a minute, hold on.
don't say
Tong Po is his
Tong
name.
Po, but it means
Tong
the
Po.
tiger or something like that, right?
Don't know. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Well, he sees him. I was gonna say rehearsing, but he's not.
I mean, he is rehearsing. I
I
mean, that is
guess
a way to think about it.
he is kicking a beam of the in the room
It's like a load-bearing beam. One
over
in my
and
basement right
over.
over there. The whole
Yeah,
house would fall down if that
yeah.
thing goes. And he's just kicking this over and over and over again, knocking drywall off of the place.
Mhm.
And
And then
Van
when he
Damme is
turns around, he
alarmed.
looks
Yeah.
intense,
He looks
right? Like,
insane. Like I said, he looks like a Mortal Kombat villain. He does
yeah.
not look like a normal human
No,
being.
he's got a crazy ponytail coming out of his
Hmm.
bald head with long and he's dressed in this sort of more
He looks like a kickboxer.
yeah,
Eric does not appear to be a
no,
kickboxer.
no. I agree.
This Eric looks like a backup quarterback on a high school team.
That is good.
Like
That is good.
that mustache, that's not, you're not getting in the ring, you're not boxing with that mustache, you're not kickboxing with that mustache or anything like that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Especially that Jerry curl thing that he's got going on. It's not a good look. And this guy's going to get his ass beat. We've seen it in Rocky. I'm
Yep.
surprised he
Yeah.
lived through
I
this.
was smelling a bit of Rocky during these openings,
Oh
the
yeah.
fight scenes here. I was like, the brother is gonna die.
I was
This is what's
convinced.
gonna happen.
When the
But
doctor comes out and he goes, I've done
I'm so
everything I
sorry.
can. He's paralyzed. I'm like, "Oh, he got off easy.
Yeah.
That's
But
pretty
even the
good.
doctor says like he's actually very lucky to be alive. But wait, he's not paralyzed yet. So
No, no,
so
no, I know. Don't worry, it'll happen, everyone.
Von Damme sees the enemy, we'll say,
Yes.
murdering the beams
He's
of the
murdering a
building.
building. Yes.
Yeah. With his calf, like just yeah, yeah. And then gets I would too. His when the guy turns around and looks with his Mortal Kombat face, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's jarring. And right away, like a scared kid, Jean-Claude runs back to his brother. He's like, "You cannot fight this guy. You
It's
cannot. They
awesome.
fight different here. He's gonna murder you, and I don't feel good about it." And
Yeah.
the brother's like, "Would you stop it?" And he's
The
like,
brother goes, does he move like me? And he
"Yeah,
like wiggles around, and I'm like, that's not convincing.
that's right." He moves like Jello around his face, and
Yes.
then he's like, "Well, then."
Yeah. But he does now, he gives him like a George Bush Jr. ultimatum. He goes, you're either with me or
Yeah,
go the fuck home.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Okay,
and he's
fine.
got yeah, what's he gonna do? I will say I love because listen, we all know Van Damme, he's not winning any Academy Awards. But like I work with kids, and when you give
Oh
kids, little
no.
kids,
Wait, are you gonna compare Van Damme's performance to that of a child?
well, because here's the thing, when you give kids, little kids, an act
Mhm.
like you tell them like, show me a sad face, show me exaggerate it, right? They show me excited. It's like this crazy
Yeah.
this is like the clearly the direction was like you're worried, you're
Hmm.
upset. He gets these big bug eyes, these wide eyes. Later, when it's like you're angry, you're gonna furrow, but like it's very childlike. And again, that's not a bad thing,
It's
though. That
part of the
adds to the
charm.
innocence and the
Yes.
charm. Exactly.
As a viewer, I don't have to do any work wondering how he's feeling right now.
Exactly. It makes it
It's
quite
right
evident.
there. It's
Right.
all there. But it is adorable. I really like there's something so great about this. He allows his brother, or well, he can't really stop him.
No, no, there was no stopping him. And so
Right.
he reluctantly follows to and is concerned the whole time. There's
Sure.
a few easy in the very, very beginning. There's a few hits, punches, kicks. The brother
Well,
can kind of, right?
we did mention earlier how Tong Po is dancing around the ring with a tennis racket on his head, it appears.
It is.
Could be a cultural thing. I
Um,
apologize to all of
I
our
don't mean to
Taiwanese
offend,
listeners
right?
if this is
And
real,
I call, yeah,
right? But it was like a hot pink tennis racket.
that he fastens onto his, well, he
Yeah.
takes it off before the fight. I was glad for
Well,
that because I'm like,
yeah,
does he work that into the kicks or what is that
that would
for?
be something.
But it's part of the design of his whole and
Hmm.
like you said, he's got some kind of ritual dance or stomp
Yeah,
that he does before he kicks. So he's a whole show
it
when he
is,
comes out,
but
right?
it's not like much like the Russian, much like Ivan Drago. He's not
Drago.
showboating. Like he doesn't
No,
showboat. He's
no.
all business. I
Yep.
mean, what he does near the end of this movie, we can talk about the Miley scene where I'm like, why do
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't
I
need this.
wasn't
We
sure
don't
what
need
I
this in the
wanted to
movie.
do.
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I
then
don't like
when
that.
she's like, okay, first of all, it's funny because not funny,
Yeah,
but the
well, all
Miley
right.
scene.
I mean,
They bring her in, and first you're like, is he like? I'm honestly not sure. I'm not thinking that he's going to rape her. I
no.
just thought he's gonna hit her or send her
Yeah.
home with like some kind of scratch on her, more than a scratch, or threaten her in
Hmm.
some way, or just
Hmm.
keep her kidnapped and tied up somewhere,
I
right?
thought that's what they were doing. They were just
Right.
going to kidnap her.
But then he does this weird lick his lips thing, and
Yeah.
he's already an unnerving looking fella.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
when he licks his lips, it's ugh. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. What is happening?
Yeah.
Later, she has to say, he whipped me. And you're like, no, you don't have to say. It was
No.
implied and that I didn't need to know.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
why are
what,
you telling every
yeah,
side character in this movie this? You've told, I had to hear you tell
the
multiple
dog
characters.
knows for crying out loud.
Yes. That was so unnecessary because I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, he paralyzed his brother. I don't need any more
Don't go. Yeah.
initiative to dislike
I
this
don't like him.
character.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're not there yet because again, he's fighting his brother at this point.
Yeah. 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 But the
As you
battle
said,
is not, it's not a long battle, which I'm glad for. We're not like the
no,
making the brother go round for round, toe for toe. There
no.
is so something to be noted throughout because then it becomes a bigger thing. There's these two guys, like businessy guy, or I don't know if they're the owners,
Oh, just watching this go
totally
on?
watching
Yeah.
the boxing match go down, and there's clearly bets and things and happenings
Hmm.
because that kind of comes out toward the end there, but that starts from the very first fight.
Right. They keep showing this guy, and later we find out that he's I don't know what he is, fight promoter. He appears to be the big man around town, but also he has to go to another bigger man to borrow
Yeah, to get
money.
wow, $1 million bet. Like
Yeah, and
that's
I was like, aren't you in charge of it? Shouldn't you have $1 million just lying around?
I would think.
Like, isn't that what I'm meant to believe? That you're extorting everyone in this? Well, it is a relatively small village, but I assume he's doing it in multiple villages, and he has to go borrow money from the local mob. I'm not really
Well,
sure what that's all
he's gonna
about.
double the money down. Or I don't know. I don't know. So,
I guess.
but
Yeah, so the fight's not
so
going
it's
his brother's
shady,
way.
and it's clearly
Yes.
that's one of the things that Von Von Damme was trying to warn
Mhm.
his brother. Like it's not just that this guy they fight different here. Like it's gonna
Sure.
get dirty, it's gonna get shady, and we see that this is. But the brother, I because the again the brother gets kind of knocked on his ass the first, I don't know, you call them rounds in kickboxing. And he gets
Sure.
back to his corner with his corner brother. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, this guy has no idea. He kind of rubs himself up again. Like, I'm going to really take him down.
Yeah.
And that is short lived.
And as you said, Van Damme at one point says they don't fight the same here. They
Yeah.
fight different. And in
Yeah.
my mind, I'm like, did you do no research into this? Like,
No, they
you
literally
just
flew
picked
after
up
that
and
interview.
flew? That's insane.
Hmm.
I understand that Google and the internet has not been invented, but you would assume that you do research on your opponent, even in what appears to be this isn't even like underground kickboxing. Like
Right.
this is a big thing. You figured they would know who this guy is and how he fights and who he's beaten and stuff like that. They appear to just be wandering in off the street, be like, yeah, we'll take this guy on, no
This is
problem.
what we're doing. We're
And it's bad
champions.
news. One thing that you and I talked about many times when Apollo Creed is murdered in the ring, we
Oof.
were like, Rocky, you gotta throw that towel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Van Damme throws the
He
towel.
flings that purple tail. Purple, by the way, is the
Yes,
brother's colors through the
right.
whole rest of the movie. He's got purple pants on.
Yeah. And like you said, Van Damme's performance, great,
Yeah.
not subtle at all, because Poe kicks the towel back and Van Damme's eyes get
Okay.
huge. And he's like, oh no, what's happening right now? I'm not allowed to do that. He's looking around frantically for like help from somebody.
These next few moments of yeah, scenes and such of the movie is it really is. This is I'm sure Von Damme needed some rest afterward. Maybe he had some black tea beforehand or something
Okay.
to energize him because it's a lot of output. Because
It's a
yeah,
lot.
so he throws the purple towel down as if to say we surrender,
Hmm.
and this guy don't care. He just kicks the towel, like you said, around, and then takes his, is it his elbow that he takes
Yep.
to the,
Elbow right to the spine.
yeah, right to the bow, right to the lower back too.
Mm-hmm.
And and we know it's not good. I think it happens in slow motion. That's
Yeah,
how
it does.
not
You
good
hear
it
Van
is.
Damme yelling in slow motion too.
And then
Anytime something really good or really bad is happening, it's going to happen in slow motion.
and then they put him on a stretcher, the brother, and they just
It
put
is
him
awesome.
outside.
Okay, wait a second. Wait a
This is
second.
great.
Before that, just real quick, because I did not know what was happening at this
Oh,
point in the movie, Van Damme goes after Poe and he starts calling him an asshole. And Poe throws him out of the ring onto a random guy, and they have a lengthy conversation.
oh, that's right.
And I was like, what is happening right now?
This is
Why?
Taylor. This is our
Yes.
introduction to Taylor. Yeah, he does. Poe, I forgot about that. Poe throws Van Damme into the crowd. And again, Van Damme's face is like, what happening here? This is not good. And yeah, he throws him into Taylor's lap. Taylor's just, from what we know, just a guy in the audience with two ladies flanked on either
Yeah,
side of him
just there to
enjoying the
watch a
fight.
fight. Yeah.
And it kind of says so. Like, hey,
Yeah.
man, I'm not here to help you. Like,
He says, you're giving Americans a bad name. And I'm like,
mhm.
this man is not American. This man that had fallen on you. Do you hear that accent? He's not American. But yeah,
Stop calling him
I
that. Yeah.
found it hilarious that they put his brother on a stretcher, ran him outside, and just lay him on the
Just laid him on the
street.
street. And now Von Dom's, this is again, he's hysterical. He's just like, somebody help me, paramedics. A cop stop, or a car stops, and he's like,
Hmm.
a hospital. He doesn't know the language or how to communicate what he needs for his brother. I don't know how it could not be clear. The man is laying on a stretcher. Where do they think they want to go? But
Good point, but also ill prepared for this trip.
yeah.
You got to learn some of the language.
But soon enough, in a van, pretty quickly, the guy from the from the
Taylor.
audience. From
Yeah.
he's there right there, and he tells his ladies, what does he tell them? He has a funny line where because he's got the two ladies with him. He's like, they just won't stop. They
I
love
assumed he
me.
was a pimp.
They could never get enough of my stuff, is what he
Yeah.
says.
He kicks him out of the van,
Yeah,
puts this guy in the back, and he's like, I'll take you to a hospital. That guy would probably end up taking you to a strip club or something, which
yeah.
I'll take you to later on.
Well, we got something else
Don't
to do.
worry
We gotta
about
go.
that.
Oh, I just wrote in my notes that one guy ripped up the belt and everything in the fight.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He did.
Was that his brother's belt? Did his
Yeah.
brother bring a belt? He brought a belt to this fight.
Yeah, because he's that much of a like.
All right. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not saying Apollo Creed deserved it, and I'm not saying his brother deserved it, but you can't come out with a belt. You can't come out dancing around to James Brown and not assume that you're going to get murdered. Come on.
Well, I mean, listen, let's not go Apollo here. Let's
Okay.
stick
All
stick
right.
to what we know. Stick to Eric the awesome or whatever he is. Anyway, there's a surprisingly Taylor, who was just an audience member a
Hmm.
few scenes back, becomes an integral part of these brothers' relationship. He
Yeah.
stays in the hospital with Van Damme while Van Damme has to wait
He stays with him
overnight.
for hours,
The nurse is
overnight,
great. This
days.
nurse, who I think was a real nurse, is like, no, there's no doctor right now to look at your brother, and you need to go home and rest. And Van Damme's
Yes.
like, rest, my brother. I cannot rest when my brother is like that.
I
And
hope these are not real nurses that are being pinched in the ass by his brother at one
oh,
point
that's
later.
later. Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. And they laugh and find it adorable. And I'm like, that's not cool. Don't
No,
do
we're not
that.
cool, brother. Yeah.
You're not the champion of the, disabled wing at this hospital. Come on, just relax.
Take it down. Take it down a
Yeah,
notch.
exactly.
Well, the news.
His
Go.
crying is great, Jamie. He
Oh,
does an amazing job crying because his brother is paralyzed.
yeah, the doctor comes out.
This poor doctor who is getting Van Damme is acting circles around this. This doctor appears to not know what's going on in this scene because with every line that he says, Van Damme reacts as though the world is ending right now.
Mm-hmm. And he does. He keeps reading like, but I mean, there's nothing I can do. This is what it is. And he's actually lucky to be alive. And he's like, lucky? Like, yeah, it's all very
He like grabs this doctor and pushes him against the wall.
good thing Taylor's there to
Taylor
break him
has to,
up.
yeah,
Yeah.
Taylor has to bring him up because he's like, you're gonna help my brother to walk
Yeah.
again. He has to stay in the hospital for 3 months.
Yes.
Oh, this is when I wrote my notes. The crying is great, and in all caps, I love all of this.
Well, because he gets very emotional. It's not easy to get that news. We
Yeah,
don't see the brother. It's nice. We get a little break from the arrogant brother
right,
for a
right.
bit.
No, it is nice.
Because now we have Van Damme taking in a little bit of Taiwan on his own. A little
Okay,
montage of
can
him.
we very quickly talk about the music in this
Oh,
movie?
the music is terrible. First, it's cheesy 80s, but it's rip off like cheesy. Like when this song started, I was like, is this Phil Collins? But it's
Oh,
not.
yes,
It's definitely not.
every song sounds the same, and every song directly relates to what we're seeing right now on screen. Like this one, it's like, it's hard to be away from home, so alone, but you can't fight. Don't know where to begin, and your brother's in the hospital. It's every time there's a musical break, it's like driving in a car, gonna meet a guy who can
It
teach you
is.
to fight. It's awesome.
Your lady's just been raped by the bad
Yes,
guy.
and I watched at the end, I watched the end credits just so I could see the songs.
One
I'm like, these
singer.
are all written by different
Yeah.
people and
Oh, they are?
performed by different
No
people.
way. They all
Yes,
sound very similar.
it's insane.
Yeah, there's definitely a vibe to the
Yeah.
music.
Oh,
So,
it's
um,
it's great.
but that's why when we have these sweet little montages, which we get one now, a little
Hmm.
gift, a little, like I said, just taking in the sights, the scenes,
Is
little
this when he goes to,
melancholy.
is this when he wanders into a gym that
Yeah.
appears to be
And
like
they
a
laugh at him.
children's
And they laugh
gym?
at him
Yes.
because he points to the poster. He goes in, it's a kickboxing training place.
Right.
And yes, you're right. It looks like it's more of a camp for kids
It
who want to
really
learn how to.
does.
Um, and he just says, "I want to fight that guy," because there's a poster of Poe right
Uh-huh.
hanging up, and he says, "I want to beat that guy," and they laugh at him
Yeah, the teacher translates what he said for the
to
for the
everybody.
students
Yeah,
so that all the students and not laugh at him to the point where he's like, I'll show you. No, he gets laughed out
he's
of the place.
sad.
He
Yeah,
has to
he
leave.
sadly exits. Yeah, he gets a sad exit, and he has to just walk away. I
Yep.
mean.
Oh, it's
He also
so
walks
fun.
around some temples and, has oh, this is where I wrote so his fashion sense and earlier when he was, boating with his brother, he had
Hmm.
the vest and
Yeah.
now he's got those sweet my brother used to wear these the Z Cavarici pants like that kind of
Oh.
have these fancy design at the top
Oh
and
yeah.
then you tuck your did you wear these type of
No,
pants? No.
no, I wasn't cool enough. I'm not Van Damme or your brother, Jamie.
Well, uh yeah, I feel like yeah, okay. Um anyway, um so Taylor is back in his life because Taylor just
Oh,
pops in right when he
yes.
needs to.
Yeah.
And he says, "You know what? I've been thinking. And if you do need someone to train you, right? Does he say
Yeah.
it?
He's like, oh, I know a guy. I
Yeah.
got someone who can train you, and I'll take you to him. But you know what? Let's go to a strip club for a long time.
Wait, when is this? Oh no, it's back in the hospital. Okay,
Okay.
because that's right. Back in the hospital, Van Dam tells Taylor that he wants to get even, that it's
Oh,
now
yeah,
his
right,
mission
right.
to get to Poe,
Yes.
to fight Poe. And I don't know how Taylor knows this so well, but he is literally screams at Van Damme several times in the hospital hallway. You are not a good fighter.
Yeah.
You are not as good as your brother. You're not going to be able, but because he's trying to say, like, I'm not going to put you in a ring with that guy. I'm not going to watch you get murdered by him or paralyzed or whatever.
Hmm.
You just need to give it up.
But it
But he
also
says he
se
screams at him several times. You're not a good
yeah,
fighter.
but it also seems that for some reason Van Damme knows that Taylor could make this happen.
Well, but you
Like,
get
that's
a
what I don't
sense,
understand. Because Taylor's like, I'm not going to tell you where he is,
right?
where he lives, because you're not even going to face him in or out of the ring because you will die. And I'm like, wait,
Hmm.
you know where Poe lives? Like, what is
Well, you
this?
get the feeling that, well, and because he kind of is, right? That we find out when we find out more about Taylor, he's like this,
The man about town.
right, right. He's this
Mm-hmm.
American man about town. He was in the service, right, or the army, or he says,
Mm-hmm.
right, and now he lives here, but he's in the know. He's like that, the kind of, yeah. He's not a pimp. Didn't you say earlier you thought
No,
maybe he was a pimp?
there was something about, no offense to those ladies, but there was something about those
A
ladies
little
where I'm like,
harsh.
I think they work for him, right? Isn't that what's going on here?
I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
I sneezed on the truth. All
But
right.
no, he's kind of, I mean, he's sort of the comic relief in the movie.
At
A movie
times,
that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah, yeah.
really need it. I mean, Van Damme's performance is enough.
That's
I
all
think
we
that's
need.
enough joy.
All
That's
we
enough
need.
laughter I need. Yeah.
I
But
agree.
that's the role that he's playing in this
He's a
movie.
helpful. Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to we need him to get to certain
We
places too.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know what
need a
that's called.
buddy. You
Yes.
need you need a buddy. Remember in Bloodsport, it was the big burly guy. He
Right.
was his friend, and you kind of need that character in this, and that's the role that he's playing.
Right. Right.
But yeah, he takes him to a strip club.
Right. This is where
So
he
many
gets loaded.
so many asses, so many pasties.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in this scene, but most of it is just the two of them talking, just
Right.
connecting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this is where Taylor shares how he was in the army, and
Hmm.
the reason he's here to help him out is he gets dark for a minute and kind of is like, yeah, I had a buddy in the army once, and the buddy blew up, and I wasn't there to save him, and
He was there
yeah,
for me. And then one time he needed me and I wasn't there for him.
and then I
I'm going to be
saw,
here for you.
yeah, he's like, I saw a brother who wanted to help his brother,
Yeah.
and Von Damme gives the most like earnest grin to that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, my friend is going to help me. This is going to be great.
my friend. Cut to them driving in the mountains and a
Yep.
song called Roll with the
Mm.
Punches. Roll with the Punches
Your 80s song voice
is terrible.
is
It's
spot on.
not
No, it's
good.
just great. I love it. It's really great. Um,
So he takes him to a crazy old man. Oh, he's
he
a
even
crazy old
says,
man.
like, he even says to him, don't provoke him, this
Yeah,
crazy man.
yeah,
That's what
he drops him off at a hut in the woods. He's like, "Yeah, just don't provoke this guy. I'll be back for you in a few hours."
yeah, yeah,
Van Damme is immediately caught in a snare. Like
yeah.
he takes one step and is hanging upside down.
Which is also adorable. It's upside down.
It's
Don't, like, I don't see grown men hanging upside down and think, look at how cute. But
no.
you think that when you see, am I right? I mean,
Right,
I'm not
yes.
wrong.
Yeah, it should be scary. There's a
No.
giant smile on my face the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And the cadence, the approach of his trainer guy, who I don't remember his name. I think I call him the trainer guy. What was his name?
Zhao?
Sure.
X
Sure.
A I O.
Okay. I
I
call him
wrote it
trainer
down. I
guy.
wrote it down at one
Okay.
point. You can call him the trainer. It's fine. Oh, Jamie, there have been 8 kickboxer movies.
Really?
Yes, Jean-Claude Van Damme is only in the first one, but now these last 3 are a
Yeah.
total reboot. Guess who plays the trainer in the new ones?
Jean-Claude?
He does.
No
Yes.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I
if
haven't
he
I haven't seen them, but one of them, the moment this ended, it started playing, and I'm like, I know what I'll be watching tonight.
There we have it. There we have it. Which might have been my recommendation had I seen it. Um, the trainer guy does
Yes.
come out, and he's got that very kind of like Miyagi-isms, like little
Yes.
cadence, and
Uh-huh.
like he's talking in riddles in a sense to him all the time, and
But
he's
most of it's like, oh, I can't train you. Look at you. Look at you, you American question mark?
right,
There's
right.
not, I can't, no, I can't do anything with you. Look, you got yourself immediately caught in my snare. Meh, meh, meh. And Jean-Claude's just begging, and he's like, well, how about you run into town there
Go
and
get me
pick up
some
my
groceries.
groceries?
But he's great. He goes because I can't make a decision on an empty belly.
I love
So
it when Jean-Claude goes groceries, and he's like, yeah, rice, honey. I'm like, sounds like a great meal. Whatever you're making, fantastic. Go
Sign
get
me
it.
up. I'll sit down to the meal. Um, and so I guess he walks there. Von Damme takes a
Yeah.
long walk down the hill and goes into town and immediately is
Yes.
just charming the pants off of the children in town. Why wouldn't he?
He, the first person he meets is a little boy holding a bunny. And Jean-Claude pets the bunny and the boy who's holding the bunny.
Now I want some like like flute music.
It's yes, it is. Yeah, because then I'm like, okay, now on to the grocery store. No, as you said, he takes time out to play with the children.
Yeah,
He's just
it's the whole
running around with
thing.
kids.
It's just showing us like,
Oh,
look at this pure soul here. He needed some time to connect to the lighter things in life.
it's
But
so great.
this town is run by a bunch of, what would you call them? Are they mobsters, I guess? Like
I guess
Taiwanese mob?
Taiwanese mob. Yeah.
Yeah. And
You don't hear
there's
about them much outside of the Kickboxer movie, but they're pretty tough dudes,
they're
I
there.
guess.
And they're kind of policing, even like it's almost like the kids can't have too much fun around here, you know? And when he goes to
I
the
do like that
grocery.
idea. They're like, boss, these kids are having way too much fun in the
We gotta
village
curb
now.
it.
Have
Curb
you
it.
seen this American who showed up? Because the kids, they're petting their bunnies. There's all sorts of bad stuff happening. We don't know what's gonna happen. They're all gonna rebel soon.
They're petting their bunnies. That is fucking weird the way the kid's just like, I have this pet
It's
bunny.
so great. Every
Oh
scene
man.
is it's so unexpected and delightful and out of place in this movie, but
Oh, he
everything does fit
splashes the water
together.
on the kids. He splashes them at the
Yeah,
fountain.
uh-huh. Yeah, he goes over to someone who's doing laundry and he's kind of like, you mind if I let just like wash my hands in your
Ugh,
laundry? And she's an old lady and she's all smiles and he does it. And then he splashes the kid next to him and oh, he splashes him and then he chases him around the little well.
it's a good time. It's a good time when Van Damme comes to the village. You see?
Yeah.
Look at the fun that we can
After
have.
the end of this scene, and we'll get to it, when he's leaving after Miley yells at him, he just looks over at an old man smoking a pipe, and the old man like just nods to him like,
Yeah.
good work in there, Van Damme.
Yes, exactly. Well, he gets to the little village store, and Miley, this lovely town woman, I guess you could say,
Hmm.
is there. Well, we find out she's the niece of the trainer.
She is, yes.
Um, I like, well, this is a couple of scenes later. Big reveal, she becomes the romantic interest, right?
Hmm.
There's got to
Yes.
be one. Later, she kind of goes, her and Van Damme are kind of having a moment together, and they're going for a walk, and Van Damme's talking about how special his brother is to her, to him, and they're the only family each other's got now because their parents are gone. And she's like, "Yeah, my whole family was murdered." And then I was just left. I'm not even sure that the trainer's really
Yeah.
my uncle, but I just call him uncle because
Right.
nobody,
Oh, your brother's paralyzed? What a fucking shame. My
basically.
entire family was murdered
Yeah.
by the guy who's constantly extorting money from me.
I was like, wow, way to one up the paralyzed brother story, my. I mean, it's accurate, so you got to share. But anyway,
We've
uh,
we've watched so many, I mean, listen, 300 movies at this point, and
yeah,
we've seen plenty of people in romantic relationships. When I was watching this movie, Jamie, there were several times where I thought to myself, I want these two to have kids, and I want to see what those kids are like.
they would have been adorable
They
because
would
she's
have
cute.
been
She's
adorable.
totally cute and she's
Yeah.
fun and like, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
her too. So she's got the similar acting chops as he does because like you could tell there were scenes that the director just had her do her reaction shots, right? Okay, you're at the fight and you're scared.
Yes.
And she does that and you're at the fight and now you're worried. Okay, you're at the fight and you're excited because he's winning and she so great.
Yeah.
So great.
But so yeah, like he goes in the store to pick up food and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up my trainer's groceries." And she's
And
like,
she goes, "My
"Oh,
uncle?"
my
Yeah.
uncle, he's training you? He doesn't
Hmm.
train anybody." And then we just see two street toughs come in and I don't know, just like start taking money or something.
Yeah, they go right into her. Well, it's more like a box than a real register, but whatever, her money
Right.
holder.
Her money holder,
And
right? That's
and he they just start taking cash from her and she's kind of okay with it because
She's
she
okay
has
with it
to be.
because Van Damme's like, "Are you okay with this?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "Yes." And he's like, "I'm gonna go beat them up."
Yeah, he's like,
That's
I'm not
cool,
okay
right?
with it. He's like, it's not okay. And a whole little Street Fighter scene happens.
Oh,
And there's,
it's he makes quick work of these
yep.
guys. And this
hmm
is pre-training Van Damme. He's
Yeah,
already
he doesn't even
able
have
to
the speed. Right.
handily take care
Yeah.
of these two guys.
Right. Yeah. Um,
She's so mad at him
oh,
afterwards
she's
too.
pissed. First
Hmm.
of all, she's like, look at this mess she left me with. Like, I've cleaned this mess. And then she's like, and you don't get it. Like, I'm now, this is not how this works here. You're
Yeah,
not meant to do that. You're not gonna mess, and now I'm
yeah.
gonna be in bigger trouble
His
than
response is great, but you didn't do it. I did it.
yeah.
Just tell them I did it. She's like, "What? That's not how this works."
He's like, you will not
Again,
be in trouble. I am
yeah.
the one they will yell
Again,
at.
it's just like the innocence of a child. A
Yes.
child that could break a grown man's neck.
With his calf. Oh my God.
So now we get the obligatory training montage
I needed it.
that
I'm so, and I was
we needed
so,
in, yeah.
there is not one
Uh-huh.
montage here that I couldn't do
No,
without. I love them all.
no, it's
And
all
this,
training montages. I would have loved to have seen a sort of outfit montage. I know we're not going to get that in this movie, but just if he was trying to blend in with the culture or
Mhm.
something and we saw him try on different outfits, would have liked that.
Oh, that would have been
But we
fun.
know we're getting all training montages in this
Yeah,
movie.
that's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do. We start out. He's got to sleep outside. He
Mm-hmm.
gets splashed in the face with water to wake up,
Yep.
and initially he's it's like Tai Chi or something. I think that the trainer's doing,
Sure. No,
and
you gotta start with the mind,
yeah,
Jamie.
exactly.
The
The
mind
mind and the
has to become
movement, the
strong.
connection, exactly,
Hmm.
and fumbly like. Von Damme is trying to imitate these movements, and he's not there yet. The precision isn't
It seems
there.
to
The
have a lot of
focus isn't
trouble.
there.
And I'm even watching this
The
going, Van Damme,
balance.
I know you can do this. Like I know
Yeah, I know. I'm
this
like,
is,
you're totally faking this,
yeah.
buddy. Like, it's obvious,
Yeah. You
really.
seem to have trouble bending over.
Yeah.
I think you can actually do that. There are There are things that they come back to in this. There's the coconut drop, where he continuously drops a coconut onto his
Onto his
chest.
abs.
Yeah,
Onto
oh
his
yeah, onto his
abs.
abs, sorry. There's the dog run when
Oh,
he
where he
just
puts meat
he
on his
ties meat
pocket.
to him and the dog chases him around. There's also a little bit of information that the trainer gives him where he says the key is to breathe in and out at the same time. And I'm like, that seems
Yeah, there's a
impossible.
breathing.
How
There's
do you
some
do
breath work.
that?
There's some breath work that happens, and there's
Yeah.
a whole ha
Yep. Hmm.
that
Yeah.
happens, like
You have to
Lamaze.
breathe in
Yeah,
your belly, but also breathe out through your chest at the same time. And he's like, if you can do that, you can do anything.
pretty much, pretty
Right.
much.
That's awesome.
There's some equipment that's brought in, some padding that there's meant
Hmm.
to kick, high kicks, low kicks, moving
Yep.
around kicks, poundings. Um,
He
there
has to
there's
train underwater for some
oh
reason for a while.
there's some kind of tub situation. It looks lovely for you who loves a tubby. Doesn't that look like a great little outdoor
Oh, it
tubby?
does.
And
Yeah.
then when he is underwater, he's underwater, and we get to see these moves happen
He's
underwater.
kickboxing
Pretty
underwater.
great. Pretty great. Um, there's the the Pilates machine we talked about that
Yep.
he's put on to do the
Not a Pilates
splits.
machine,
I
but go
mean,
ahead.
I'm gonna call it that. He stretches out in the splits, one leg on one side, the other leg on the other side, and keeps pulling and pulling and pulling. Later, when we get the montage scene of how good the workouts are going, it's amazing. The
Yeah.
flexibility, the suppleness of those inner thighs. It's just exquisite. Um,
And like any good trainer, this guy pushes him to the limits, to the point where when he's stretching his legs, I'm like, you're gonna pull those legs right out of those
some's gonna
sockets.
pop, yeah.
And also, he's trying to get him to kick down a tree. And even Van Damme's like, you want me to break my leg? And he's like,
This
well, if you can't do it, you can't do it. And
this is
like
one of
it,
the later, more extreme,
yes.
yeah, where
I
he's
love how he
and
has to remind him about
about
his
his brother.
paralyzed brother to give him the motivation to kick a tree down.
Well, he's just getting weak in the mind, is what happens. Oh, a very important place they go
Hmm.
is that what does he call it? The rock garden or what
Oh,
is it?
the
The
yeah,
stone.
it appears to be like the ruins of an old temple or something.
Yeah, and there he tells him when he goes there, he says, you're gonna hear some things here, and when you hear things,
Yes.
you need to listen, and that does come to be true. But he also he fights him with fire, literally fire sticks.
Oh yeah, later on,
Sticks. At
yeah,
one
he heats
point,
up
there's just
the
sticks. He's got big old like tree branches that he's coming
yes.
at him with.
Yes. Yeah, I don't quite understand the training in the area where, like you said, voices. Because later he does start hearing voices. I'm like, movie, you're way too far into this to introduce some supernatural element. Like, I
Well,
was so glad there
oh,
wasn't stuff with ghosts or
there's a
whatever.
concept with the bird. What about the
The
freaking
bird,
bird?
yeah. I was like,
The
what's this all about? Now you're forming a relationship with a bird. I'm into the dog. I don't need more than one animal in my
from
movie.
his arrival at the trainer's place, the trainer, after he sends him to the grocery store, sees this, I think it's like a hawk, like a
Yeah,
white-bellied, brown-winged hawk
I'm pretty
that
sure that's the name of it. Go ahead.
then is, I mean, I'm an
You've been
ornithologist. Isn't that a
studying
bird
up on
person?
that bird watching book, I can
Correctamundo.
tell.
Hmm. Uh, but several scenes sort of transition with, and then there's the bird, and
Yeah.
eventually, Van Damme starts to see the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that's around the time he hears the noises
Yeah.
in the broken down
I
temple
don't I
or
don't I
whatever.
don't quite know what it is. There's
Yeah,
statues and stuff. Yeah.
quite the workout montage.
Yes.
Quite inspiring, actually. I'm like,
And
this.
also, as he's working out, he's spending a lot of time with this guy, but sometimes we do see him visiting his brother.
Oh, that's right. We do
He's
get some
either
cuts.
mopping his sweaty brow when he appears to still be comatose or something, and then later
Hmm.
we see his brother in a wheelchair and he's pinching nurses and having a great time.
He's slowly healing. First, he
Mm-hmm.
goes to visit his brother, and his brother's just laying there, like sweating profusely.
Right.
But then he's like in a wheelchair, like you said, pinching butts, and
Uh-huh.
eventually he comes and stays at the trainer's house too.
Yes.
The outfits get like you were saying when he's before he's training and he's with his brother. Sometimes in these stylish denim vests we talk about, but
Sure.
otherwise in sort of baggier, maybe not even baggier, but more street clothes. There's
Right. Right.
in his training at one point he's got what I called the Flintstone pants. They're these just baggy
He's got a
ass.
whole Flintstone outfit
Yeah,
on.
right.
It's he's dressed like Barney Rubble,
And I'm
basically.
like, are they trying to cover up like the muscles aren't there yet? You can't see him yet until
No,
he's like,
yeah.
you
It's
know?
like he's wearing a burlap sack that
Yeah.
someone went to town with scissors at the bottom to give it triangles.
It's about comfort when you're in training, right? Not
Yes.
style. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, because he walks out. It's very early in the training. I'm like, where did you get that? Where did
Yeah,
you get that outfit?
that's
You certainly
terrible.
did not bring that with you. And I
Mm-mm.
doubt this old man has something in the house that fits
That
you.
might have been what the old man had to do, right? Oh
Maybe.
man.
So this
Okay,
is when
oh,
should we get I mean, we could right now just take a break. We could end this episode. We could do a whole episode just about this scene.
it's part of the training, right? I mean,
I
essentially,
believe it
it's
is. I don't understand what the purpose of this training
oh,
is.
I
Why
do
do you have to get alcohol into him? Is it just
because
to loosen him up for the
he
dancing?
no, well,
Go
that's a
ahead.
treat for us, the audience.
I would like you to
But
explain
I
why this
do
old man needs him
understand
to get liquored up.
from a training point of view, he even explains it because he watches now. So they go to a bar and they
Hmm.
sit down, and even Van Damme's like, I don't understand what being here is supposed to do for my training. Like, what do you
I
want me to
believe that this is Taiwan's equivalent to like a TGI Friday. It's like
That's
no,
what it appeared. Oh my God. Did you
just
see when we first come into this bar place, there's a man and a woman dancing, and the man is caressing her head
yes,
like the boy
yes,
with the bunny. He's petting it like it's a bunny. It was very weird. We don't
yeah.
see it again, thankfully, because I was like, where are we,
But
buddy?
it's not like a biker bar. It's just
No.
like a
It's
regular
like you said, like an Applebee's or
restaurant bar.
something. Yeah.
Yes. And they just sit down and start ordering drinks. And like
Shots.
you said, Van Damme seems confused the whole time.
Yeah, he says,
Has no idea what's going
and the
on.
trainer, whoa, for a man that lives so simply on rice and honey, he's like, he can handle all these
Oh,
shots. The first
yeah.
shot, I love it. Van Damme, just beautiful reaction. He takes it and then he holds his tummy and he goes, "Oh, it burns."
Before that, he examines his trainer and watches him drink this.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh, I guess that's what I'm supposed to be doing
this
to
is what
this
it's
liquid
time
that's
to
in this
do.
glass.
Right.
Like, it's amazing. And yes, you said his reaction. Oh my toe. Oh, that's really something. Brilliant performer.
And
Brilliant.
then we see later they at least have maybe 10, 15 shots between the two of
There's
them.
also plates. I'm like, did you get
Well,
appetizers
you
too?
need to
There's
put,
a
I would
lot of
hope so,
stuff.
put something in that belly, right?
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Um,
He's been living off of water, I assume,
yeah, I don't see
and
much.
rice.
Oh no, they do have, doesn't she make them a nice dinner? I don't
Oh
remember when
yeah,
she
I
does
don't know if
that.
that's before or after this,
Yeah,
but
I think.
yeah, Miley is coming around as well during
Hmm.
these training sessions. She'll sit with her uncle and they'll laugh at him when he's doing something silly.
She does too, though, when he's like, this is later when she's kicking the tree and she flinches and looks worried when he
Hmm.
kicks the tree.
Yeah,
It's pretty great. So, so they are liquored up, and I'm not even sure at first how drunk because he's fake. He's like acting drunk, and so he's. Oh my God, it's so great.
he's acting like you said. If and I know that the kids you work with are too young to understand this, but if you said to a child, act
Oh
drunk,
yeah,
and the child had never had a bit of alcohol, this is how they would act.
yeah, yeah.
They'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, I've seen drunk people on TV before. I could do that.
But he's not just drunk and slurring around this bar. No, 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 no. He has hit the jukebox,
Well, no,
correct? No. How's
the
the
old his trainer says, "Hey, do you know how to dance?
Oh, that's right.
Are
He
you
says
good
to
at dance?"
dance? Yes.
Really prompting him, and Van Damme's like, "I'm a pretty good dancer, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about it a whole lot. I know
Hmm.
I could do the kickboxing thing, but boy, you should see me cut a rug." And his old man puts on music and is like, "All right, why don't you get out there and dance?" The old man also grabs the woman we saw earlier having her head petted and
Yeah.
just like pairs them up and is like,
Yeah.
"You go
We're
over there and
dancing. You guys
yeah,
are dancing now.
uh-huh,
Yeah. Now they got a couple looks when they first walked in,
right."
obviously, but now we're really getting some looks.
Well, how
But
could
it's
you
because
not
look
get
at
look?
these moves. Can you describe the moves he does when he's
It's
getting his
it starts tight, like his arms are close to his body,
Yep.
like almost in a
But there's
protective
still a
way, but
sway.
he's sway, like he
Yeah.
moves his hips around.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another he starts dancing with the woman in the yellow top.
Yep.
There's another woman who just feels compelled to stand up and join them. Like,
But
she's
they don't
sitting.
synchronize. There's no
No,
kind of
dude. Well, all
togetherness
three
to
of them
their
are dancing
movement.
to three different songs right
Uh-huh.
now.
Uh-huh.
His hips are doing all the work. At one point, he puts his hands together like he's playing a tiny little guitar. He claps a lot. He struts a little bit. He turns around. And
He
then,
spins. He does do a
just when
spin.
you're like, this is crazy, he splits
He
back up.
lands.
He splits, jumps up, shakes his ass, and then splits a second time.
I was like,
It's
whoa,
incredible.
whoa, whoa. Like oh man, I wish I recorded my reactions to this scene. And then I played it again to take pictures of it and send to you to be like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is the best.
It's absolutely incredible. I don't, again, don't understand why this is in this movie, but I couldn't imagine the movie without it.
Right?
And as
Oh,
he's
right.
dancing, I
Yeah.
hate that we ever have to cut away, but we do cut away to his trainer just like talking to the men that are there.
Yeah. Whispering.
And that's when this dancing turns into a fight.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's kind of just like an extension of the dancing.
it's pretty great. And again, this is where the training part comes in, right? He's
Right.
showing off his skills that even under the influence, even very inebriated,
Mm-hmm.
and in the joy of the dance, he can get it together
The
enough,
joy of
go
the
from
dance.
full full splits to karate chops, and he knocks these guys one by one, left and right, out.
But they're also great because the one guy comes at him and all he does is a split and I swear punches the guy in the nuts like 5 times and he's out. Another guy picks up a table and just holds it in front of him and Van Damme just kicks through the table and two other guys are standing behind him. He jumps up in the air, does a split in the air and kicks them both in the face.
It's amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
incredible.
And in between, he's pretending to stumble around like he's like,
He's
what?
pretending to be drunk.
I'm so
Yeah, he
drunk.
stumbles back to the
Yeah.
table to take he sweeps like he's about to like it's like a sex scene with a woman in an office. He sweeps everything off the table except for one shot. He drinks it and then punches out another.
Yeah,
Oh, he boxes a guy's ears. A guy
that's right.
sits down across from him and he smacks him on the side of the head. It's insane. Like every bit of it's crazy. The his trainer leaves during the fight
Hmm.
to organize a fight with Poe, with the, I don't know, the main
Well,
guy in
now
charge.
he's convinced that this
Yeah.
could happen. This
Mhm.
was like the final step of the training to make sure
Yes.
like he's ready. And this kind of proves like, oh, the fruit is ripe.
It's so great. It's such a fun scene. Also, how Van Damme at the end of the scene stumbles out into the daylight drunk
Hmm.
and he
Hmm.
sees his trainer and he walks over to him. He's like, what are we doing? Why did you talk to those guys? And his trainer goes, oh, don't worry about it. Now why don't you drunk bike me home? He makes him ride a bike back to this home.
We'll sober him up, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
so good.
Oh, no,
So,
no, no. His trainer says, because Van Damme says, what did you say to those guys? His trainer says, I told them that you
oh
said
yeah.
that they're not good fighters and that their mothers have sex with mules.
And
Great.
again, his reaction, you told them what? I did not say that. Oh my God.
Oh, it's awesome. So
Oh, wait,
now
I lost my
he,
page.
oh,
McCreary. We're not in McCreary land.
it's
Get out of here.
McCready. Oh
Sorry,
my God,
McCreary.
today I was making food
Yeah,
and I was chopping up an onion and
great.
I cut my thumb with a knife and it
Ouch.
was really bleeding. And I'm sitting there and I'm like holding a tissue on it and everything. I'm like, boy, this is really bleeding a lot. And I instantly was like, but I still don't think it would be enough to fill up a petri dish full of blood.
If you needed a sample to see if I
Right.
was an alien or not.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, so now he actually gets to really fight some people. Like
right.
his trainer gets him into the ring. We only watch him fight one guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's just
Yeah.
one random fight.
Hmm.
He
First match, yeah.
really, yeah, he makes short work of this guy,
Yeah.
and the audience starts to chant. I did not write in the actual language, but they start to
It's
chant
Fight Warrior, right?
white warrior.
Oh, White
Oh,
Warrior.
not fight warrior. It's a
I thought it was
white warrior.
Fight Warrior.
No,
I was
no,
like, oh, okay, we're really
no,
packing in the
no. He's
White
a white
Warrior.
warrior.
Yes. No,
So that's
yeah,
it.
the no, you're right. This
Yeah.
is the first game, the first fight. It's a lot of side
I mean,
kicks,
what is a
fancy
kickboxing
spin
match
kick,
other than a game?
right? I
Yeah.
mean, right. But now, now, his brother is now part of things. He's watching
Yes.
some of the trainings. He's well enough to be in his wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
and they're with him to see some of this training go
Yes.
down. Oh, and this is where he does start to hear some of the noises in the rock
Right.
temple
Yes.
area,
But
right?
his brother is very skeptical until he sees him fight because his
Hmm.
brother immediately is like, "Don't do this. You can't do this. You can't kickbox. I guess I've seen you try and you're
Well, no,
terrible."
this. Don't
Yeah.
pass this up for what it is. So the brother
Sure.
now is feeling better. The whole time the brother has been, I'm going to say it's been almost 3 months, right? It's been at least 2 months that the brother has been healing and in the hospital.
He was supposed to
While
be in the hospital for three
Right.
months.
And while
Yeah.
Von Dom's been in this intense training.
Hmm.
And he doesn't even check out the kind of training or what,
Mm-mm.
like you said, the first fight, the brother's like, you know what? You can't do this. You're not
Yeah.
gonna do this. And even I was like, little too late, bro. Like, and Von Damme was like, no, 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 no. I haven't come this far to just come this far. Like, you gotta let me complete this. But he's kind of doing the similar talk that Von Damme did to him earlier. Like, I just don't want you to get hurt,
Right.
and I want you to
Yeah.
be okay. But
But
too
Van
little, too
Damme,
late.
but Van Damme gives him similar talk to what
Yeah.
his brother gave to him earlier because he says at one point, he's like, I'm a better kickboxer than you.
Yeah.
So shut your fucking face
Right. Right.
and just let me do
He
this.
says, I'm in the best shape of my life. And
Yep.
he's right.
Oh, yeah. He's He's right. Jamie, you got to
I
check the tape.
concur.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of other movies to watch, and then you can make a final decision. But
Fair
he
enough.
might be right. He might be right.
Oh, this is when they find out. So that he convinces his brother, yes, I'm going to fight. And the brother's like, I mean, I guess I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
But then they get the report that there's a note comes sent to the house
Oh, God.
and like he's been
A
summoned to the
serious
fight.
scroll. Yeah.
Right. But they're going to fight the ancient way,
Yeah.
which is wrapping their hands in hemp and broken glass.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That
does not
seems
seem ancient
way
at all
no.
because I was like, well, wait, when was glass invented? How long has glass
What
been
is that?
around?
How is
How
that?
ancient is this? And it seems insane until I actually saw it and I went, oh, it's just little tiny bits of glass. Like I expected giant
How
shards of
irritating.
glass
That's
on
what I
it,
thought, like
like
shredder
sticking out.
style.
It
Yeah.
was like one punch and you could kill someone. This seems very
You could really
dangerous.
pierce the skin and things could
Yeah.
get
He gets
bad
punched in the
quick.
face, I think 12 times straight, and he just has mild cuts.
He's got some abrasions for
But
sure.
before this, and we talked about it earlier, Jamie, he's walking back from his training, looking, is looking great. I don't know what Miley is doing. She appears to
Oh,
just
she's
be
hanging out in the
standing in
jungle.
the middle of the
Yeah.
woods, like picking
Yeah.
flowers or something.
Uh-huh.
And there's thunder and lightning.
Sure. It's
And boy,
ominous.
oh boy, the makeout sesh that we watched, I already told you before, I was disappointed that the scene had to end and we didn't watch everything. But man, these two are hot and
He
heavy.
he really eats her face. I mean, it
Yes.
is no joke. She's a tiny little lady, little
Hmm.
Taiwanese woman.
Yeah,
And yeah, there's some serious making out. But like I said, they're just gonna make out,
I
you know.
know. Jamie, what a shame. We only saw him eat her face.
Yeah.
So
Dougie's like, "Lord."
they get this scroll
Right.
for I do like it because when the guy shows up with the scroll, Van Damme is standing there with Miley and he's like, why is he dressed like
Yeah.
that? He's like, oh, this is tradition. That's why he has to dress that way. This is very traditional. And then right before this is when he asks the dog if he's ready to fight, and
Oh
the
yeah,
dog
yeah.
barks. He looks so disappointed.
He's like, I'll prove you wrong,
Yeah,
dog.
he
You'll
turns to
see.
his brothers in a wheelchair and he goes, one day that dog's gonna believe in me.
And he does. That's why he's in the fight scene. It's amazing. It's full circle, practically.
Oh.
Um, so now, we get to see a little more of these other guys here that are making some kind of deal. Like you said, there's a
Oh yeah.
even wealthier man that they've got to borrow money from, and convince that they should fight. They have an American that's going to fight
Right.
Poe, and we should put millions of dollars on it because
But
there's no way this American's going to win.
but Jamie, none of this matters. Like he's going to fight him. They're going to fight with their hands dipped in broken glass. Do I need to know that there's a million
Just
dollar
like
bet?
ulterior betting.
Yeah. Do I need to know that his brother's been kidnapped? Do I need the word rape to be uttered in
No,
this movie? I don't need any of
those are
this.
all the extra seasonings that you're like, I could
It's
do without.
crazy.
It's still delicious.
This is a
Still,
spicy chili. We don't need all this extra
yeah,
nonsense in here.
yeah. I hear you. I hear you. But we
Yeah.
get it. So we get
Right.
this whole
Yes.
other addition added to this. Now all we need to do is get into the final fight, the intense traditional glass fist
Right.
fight or whatever. But instead, like you said, we get this detour of a kidnapping that takes place. So the bad guys from the town come in, and really his brother's sort of defenseless now that he's in a wheelchair. He can only do
I
so
mean,
much.
to be fair, his brother and the dog do put up a pretty good fight,
They
but
do. They
it's like
teamwork
eight
together.
guys against a dog and a guy in a wheelchair.
The guy, like you said, they take the brother, and I'm like, well, he'll figure it out. But did they stab that
They
dog?
stab the dog, and the dog does some great "I'm stabbed but not dead" acting
Yeah,
because it's laying there, and the dog's eyes are constantly looking to the trainer off screen, like,
yeah,
"Am I? Can I get up now?" Or the dog
yeah.
is doing a great
It's
job.
cute. It's cute.
Yeah,
But even the actor, the trainer, and the what's the guy's name? The trainer in the movie. When he sees the dog, he's like, he's still alive. We need to get him somewhere. But
Jian.
Gian, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you. I will never not remember it, so
I
you
finally
keep
saw it
saying
in
it.
my notes.
Um, right when the brother is kidnapped and the dog is hurt, uh, Taylor comes up because he's like, "All
Hmm.
right, we're ready," and he sees this all go down, and then it's Mai is there, and Jai,
Jian.
yeah,
My and Jai. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. I almost feel like Taylor should get a job for the hospital. He should just be an ambulance driver.
because he just keeps bringing more, yeah,
Yeah,
injuries.
he's taking this dog to the animal hospital, I guess.
When does she get abducted
It's
and
it's
raped?
actually
She's in
before
this.
this, but we could
Oh,
talk
okay.
about it because
Oh, it's
I did not
disturbing. We
know,
don't need to
Jamie,
talk
this
about
is
it.
so bad. I didn't know it was her for a while. I just thought it was some random woman
Oh, that you were we were
that
just meant to
they,
see like how mean
yes,
they are to people in the
exactly.
town. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know it was her. But yeah,
She's pretty, yeah.
we see her kidnapped,
Hmm.
and then she's brought into a room where Poe is, I don't know, awaiting her, I guess.
I guess she's crying, so we
Yes.
know that she
Mm-hmm.
knows it's going to be bad. Like we said earlier, we were both hoping, one can only hope this was just going to be a kidnapping, an abduction, a threat,
Yes.
even a little, you know, I don't know, slap around. I don't
I
want
mean, he
it, but
hits her. He
yeah,
hits her,
but
and
then
I
he
thought,
licks his lips
yes,
seductively, and
exactly.
from there we're just meant to assume. And later he says, oh, this
Oh,
is disturbing too. Later at the fight when he makes he bloodies up
yeah.
on Dom's face, he said, "Oh, not as bloody as my was." And they were just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
stop with that. No."
He says, why am I really looking for it? Why?
Oh
Oh,
no.
he says, you bleed like Miley,
Oh,
who is a good fuck. And I was like, okay, all right,
but
come
we
on.
don't need to
Like,
see
all right.
don't bring
Yeah,
that here.
especially because right after the scene, it's not as though he slaps her around and rapes her and then, I don't know, they kill her or something. I'm not saying that would be better, but right after he licks his lips, it cuts to her sitting there with the trainer and she's crying.
Yeah, and the trainer's just kind of patting her back.
She's like, they're there. They're there.
I know, I
I have
know.
a lot
Well,
going on right
and you're
now.
kind of like, damn, Van Dam, shit is now going down because you decided to have this fight happen. Like, they're ripping through this family and your own family just so this, but it doesn't matter. And
Right.
I think she says, I didn't want to tell. Does he know the brother's missing? Because isn't there like, we don't want to tell any of this to Van Dam because we don't want him to lose
He's got to be
focus for the
focused
fight.
on the
Right.
fight. But this is when, okay, so his brother is kidnapped. The dog is stabbed. Van Damme's the last one to show up and he sees the dog stabbed. He says, "What the hell is happening?"
Yeah.
It's a wonderful reaction. It's very funny the way he delivers that line. And again, they're about to take this dog to the dog hospital, and Miley goes up to Taylor and it's just like, "Hey Taylor, just so you know, I was raped. I don't know if that helps the situation right now." And he's
Right.
like,
Right.
"Bitch, I'm taking a dog to a hospital.
I
I
haven't
don't
told
need
enough people.
this."
Yeah, exactly. Not now.
It's
Not now.
it's insane that all of this happens within like five
Yeah, it's a
minutes.
quick, like, here we go. Here's a little backstory, side story we're going to give you.
Yeah.
And then we get this whole, because it's true. When the fight starts, Van Dam looks in the corner and his trainer isn't there. May's there, or Mai is there, but his
Yeah.
trainer isn't. And he's like, well, where is he? The dog is there, right?
The dog is there, thankfully. They're fighting in some like underground tunnel or
Yeah.
something because it's
Yeah.
not a real arena at this
No,
point.
no. Mm-mm.
And yeah, he
It's well
goes,
lit. It's got like it's like lit by torches and
yeah, it
everything. Yeah.
is. Yes. And he goes in to fight. He looks over. At the beginning, his trainer is there with the dog who's all
Hmm.
bandaged up. It's very cute. And then, like you said, the fight starts, and then he looks over. His trainer's gone.
Right.
But his trainer's gone to save his brother who's being held in, I don't know, a bad guy warehouse.
And he's working together with Taylor, who comes in like
The
on
reveal of
cue.
Taylor was like, okay, I think we know who this is. Like, there are limited characters in this movie. He comes out, we just see a gun shooting all the bad guys, and I'm like, okay, we don't need this character to be in shadow.
You
I think
do,
we all
though.
know what's
You
happening
do.
right now. Okay. Did you think it was Miley?
I was wondering. I was like, who's the badass coming to save the
Oh my
day?
God, if it was revealed that it was the dog shooting these guys, I would have loved it.
Oh man.
Yeah, so Taylor and Jian go and they rescue his brother and straight up just murder a bunch of
Yeah.
dudes.
And then just bring him right to the fight.
Yeah,
Everyone just
they
joins in at
show
the
up.
fight right at the right time because
He's
there's a
getting his
moment
ass
there
kicked.
where he's not in it. His head's not in it. I think he
Yeah.
found out about the rape and he's like, I can't do this. He sits
Right.
down next to her and kind of has that conversation, like, just be honest with me. And she's like, no, just finish the
Yeah,
fight.
we can talk later.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the best time to have this conversation. I want him to be like, but you told everyone else?
Exactly. Yeah. But everyone knows but me, and I had to find out in the ring. Anyway, now that he's got
He's
like the
also, how
power of his
about
people.
how about when they're fighting though? Poe pulls a move that like a sixth grader would pull on a second grader. He holds Van
Pulls his
Damme at
hair.
arm's length by his head, and Van Damme's just swinging wildly, just like punching air. And I'm like, this doesn't seem like how professionals
Well,
would
there
fight.
there are some moments where I'm like, where's all that training going? Come on,
Yeah,
Paula. Show us
yes.
what you're made of.
And also
But
before the
mhm.
fight, the main bad guy, his name is Lee. He comes up to Van Damme and he's like, all right, here's the
Oh,
deal.
that's right. That's right. He tells
You're
him.
gonna lose every round, but
Hmm.
also you're gonna make it to the end. I'm like, what kind of specific bet did you make on
Did you
this?
make great?
Like
And
that
he's holding
seems
him to it. He's like, and this is what's
yes.
going to happen.
Yeah.
But he doesn't expect this turn of events because his
No.
face too when they come so the brother starts the chant about the what is it, the white
White
warrior
White Warrior, yes.
in Taiwan or whatever. He starts the chant and they're chanting white warrior while I think my husband's about to walk in the front door. Hold on. I should
Oh.
start chanting white warrior when he comes in. Oh, she's not barking. All right,
If
this
you
could get
only
noisy.
knew it in Taiwanese.
I know. White warrior. Oh, yeah, karate chop just went in.
Nice. He
Oh,
karate chopped the
oh, oh,
dog.
oh, oh. All right, go say hi to your dog. I'm still being a professional podcaster right now. So,
That's what this is. This is real professional shit. Oh, he is the White Warrior.
you are the white warrior, babe. You see?
Oh, yeah, I'm the dog.
No, dog. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry for that mild interruption.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Um, well, so yeah, now that he's got the chance and the people he loves around him and everyone is just there, it doesn't take long at
No,
all
no.
for
It
him to.
appears that Poe has at this point stopped fighting and
I
just
was just
stands
gonna
there and
say,
lets him
it's like
kick him in the face.
all of the badassery just got siphoned from him when the
Uh-huh.
chance started. And he's
Yeah,
literally like, there's scenes when they're less like, okay, you're gonna stand there and just
yeah.
stand there, shoulders back, look like you're tough, and he's just gonna knock the shit out of you. And
Right.
that's essentially what happens. Like,
Yeah, he kicks him about 20 times in the face. Poe does nothing to
nothing.
defend
Right,
himself.
right.
And yeah,
Lots of
he just
sidekicks. Lots of
kicks him
sidekicks.
out of the ring. He leaves the ring. He then kicks Lee in the face too.
Oh yeah.
And then, as we said earlier, this movie, it knows when to end.
It does.
I don't want to hear a rape conversation between the two of them and trying to figure out where the
No.
relationship is
I don't
going
need
after
us to
this.
even leave this little dungeon fight
No,
arena.
no.
I just want us to know that things we've already got Van Damme does that. I wrote down in my notes, here we go. Because when he makes that twist, he did it in the other movie too. When you
Mm-hmm.
know he's just gonna
Yeah.
here he goes, he's gonna end it here.
He's
He gets
focused.
slow-mo happens, he gets this
Mm-hmm.
look on his face. It's usually some splatters of blood on his face to make him look super badass. And it's like within 8 minutes, the movie's wrapped up.
How about when they're in the ring and he's finally getting punched in the face with the glass hands? Blood sprays out of the ring onto the main bad guy's face,
Oh, right, yeah,
and he
yeah.
like licks it off
Yeah.
of his own hands.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's really gross, but
That's
also
not
kind of cool.
very
Yeah,
hygienic,
but
but
you're right.
yeah.
Like they all just listen, the dog's okay, his
Yeah.
brother's fine,
Yep.
everyone's together, and he's won. So they embrace, and it's just a freeze frame, and let's roll
On
credits.
happy faces. I wrote, we're happy. That's
Yeah.
the end.
Hmm.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, what a joyful film.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I don't think I liked it as much as Bloodsport. I
No?
do think Bloodsport is a better movie,
All right.
but boy, that
That dance
dance
scene, though, that
sequence, like
kind of
I
puts it over
can't.
the edge a little bit.
That
That's what puts it over the edge for
yeah,
me. I'm not
that's one
gonna
of the
lie.
best scenes in cinema, Jamie. I'm gonna say that. And I don't think it's that bold a statement.
I think it's accurate. No, I'm really at a loss because I think I told you this. I was driving to work this morning, giddy, thinking about this movie and that we were going to get to talk about it tonight. I was like, oh, it's gonna be. Duh, 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 duh." I completely lost sight of what we do here. That we talk about movies and then we recommend movies.
Yeah,
I don't have it. I don't have a recommendation. My recommendation, I said it earlier in the show, would be watch the dance scene, and if the dance scene compels you, watch the movie, enjoy it,
I say just watch the movie. I
right?
mean, I
No, what you say, did you have what was your gonna recommendation going to be? Are you going to tell us your top Von Damme movies since you've dialed
No,
into Von
no,
Damme?
no.
Or
That's a personal conversation that you and I will have. I
I
will,
look
like
forward
I
to it
said,
over a beer, my friend.
I will send you a list. I will really, and they're all free. Everything's there.
It's a
Now
to be free.
I'm gonna recommend a movie, and it has no relation to this whatsoever. But I was talking to somebody online because I guess I'm a dork, and giving movie recommendations.
Okay.
So I went through like what I've watched recently, and there's a movie, I think it might be like an Amazon original or Hulu original or something, which doesn't really, it doesn't sound great. It's with Nicole Kidman and it's called Holland,
Hmm.
and I really, really liked it. I went online and I looked at this. Everyone hates this movie.
Oh boy.
I feel like there might be. And I don't remember the last time this happened where I was like, I really love something that everybody else really hates for some reason.
Oh man.
I would check it out. Like I really, really like this movie. It's
No kickboxing, isn't it?
no
Okay.
kickboxing. Nicole Kidman lives in I think it's in Michigan. The town is called Holland. Everything
Hmm.
appears to be a little artificial, which doesn't come to anything. Like I was waiting for a twist to be like, and we're all living in a simulation. No. Um, and it's just she has a suspicion that her husband is having an affair, and she gets a guy who teaches with her. She's a teacher at the school to help her like spy on her husband and stuff.
Hmm.
It gets kind of crazy toward the end, but it's just a really good movie. And it's also a movie that it takes place like in the year 2000,
Hmm.
and that's not important to anything about the movie, but it's so subtly in that era to where like every now and then you just see like a Microsoft Windows screensaver in the background. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
that's
Hmm.
neat. And
Hmm.
just like remember there was a time where people would put like wallpaper, but just at the very top of the walls,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
rooms looked like that. And I was like, I've never seen a movie feel more like the 2000s, but we don't hear music from that era. Like it's just these little things that felt so real and lived in. I liked it. Everybody else hates this movie, but I'd check it out.
Holland. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not generally not a Nicole Kidman fan, but I
Hmm.
have to say she's growing on me in a sense because she does do a lot and she's not bad.
I like an older Nicole
You
Kidman.
do. You're into it.
I'd say like a pre-2000s Nicole Kidman. No, thank you. I don't
No,
need
thank
that.
you. I don't want it. Mm-mm.
Right. But anyway, everybody. So,
Oh,
if you've been listening for a long time, or just within the past year, you know that we have been releasing stuff off of our Patreon, and we've been giving you episodes
yeah.
every single week, even though we start every episode saying every other week. We will get back to that every other week schedule very soon.
Yeah.
But next week, we're going to do something different, Jamie, and we're going to
S-
celebrate 10
10
years.
whole years of this
10 years
bananas.
of this
Bananas.
podcast. We have some ideas, some things. We won't be covering a movie, um, but we will be talking to you again in 1 week. And then after that, Jamie, our 300th episode, it has just
Good
worked
golly,
out
Miss
where
Molly.
10 years and 300 episodes coincide right around the same time. So we do not have a movie to tease for next time, but we will talk to you again in 1 week. Until then, everybody, have a great week.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, oh.
Did you breathe out and in at the same time?
I was
I'll
actually
do it
just
then.
choking on a grape. I wasn't even
Oh,
trying.
I don't
Wow.
know why you did all the kicks, but that's cool.
For the digestion, of course.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, cool.
Mom, forever. All right, I cut my recording right at that. Yes.
Perfect time.